Yes. Hello, good evening, everyone. Again, welcome to the True Way Television, and particularly to the True Wellness Connections. My name is Claudine Salumu, and I am the host of this show. I'm so happy and excited again to be able to connect with you today. And as you all know, this is a true wellness connection. We are always here to try to connect with our communities, try to connect with people, and to see how well we can build our community based on mutual understanding, based on communication, just based on being open with one another, because we believe in building a strong community, and we believe in having a good relationship with one another, and that's the only one thing that can make our community strong. As you can see the topic there, to have been talking about youth, giving them advice. Like today is the day we want to hear from our youth. So yeah, I'm just gonna welcome them to just introduce themselves, or to allow them to tell us their name, how old they are, and maybe how long have they been in Canada, how old were they when they came in Canada. So I'm gonna start by the oldest.
Nice to meet you. I'm Prince. I'm 20 years old, and I've been in Canada for about 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. I came here at around the age of 2, I imagine. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Prince. Again, welcome here, and thank you for accepting my invitation here. And I believe the youth that are going to be connected with us, they will be glad they took their time to hear from you. So on my next right side, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Emmanuel, and I am 15 years old. I actually came to Canada when I was 2 years old, so it's been 13 years. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. I'm glad you accept my invitation to come here, and I believe there's a lot that you're going to share with the other youth, and to communicate with the parents, on what do you want us to know, so we can be able to treat you. And at the far end,
hi, my name is Taylor. I've always been in Canada. I'm 11 years old. I've been on the show before the other time talking about resilience, and it's nice to be here again.
Yeah. So you say you have been in Canada since?
Forever, I guess.
So you're born here? Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome to Healand. Thank you for being here today. As you can see, today we just want to hear from you. And don't know if it's something you may have a chance to follow some of the show that we do have. We do talk a lot about because we really want to build a strong community. We really want to voice out. We want to really speak to our youth, because we believe in this country we are growing older, and you are emerging, and we want to build a strong community. And that's why today we just want to be able to come here and hear from you. So this is going to be in trouble today, so I'm going to start with friends. I'm just going to ask you, and today we just want to hear from our young people. Most of us, children of immigrants, and we came, we are raised in different generations, and this is a new generation, and we as a parent, we can only give to you what we got, and we know that sometimes we do have those kind of misunderstanding between us and our children. Not that we mean to upset our children, it's just because we can only give them what we got. So I'm just going to ask you to tell us a little bit. You are 20 years old, and first of all, I want to congratulate you for still living with your parents, and so I just want to tell us your journey from childhood to adulthood, being with your parents. I know it is a lot of positive things you can talk about your parents, but I want to tell us the area, the the dark areas of your journey as youth,
Yeah.
so that we can be able as a parent to learn something from you. What do you think parents could have done better, and what do you think other parents that would who are having young kids can do better? So the word is yours, Prince.
So, yeah, in regards to that topic, I'd have to say, from my 20 years of experience, I'd have to say that I believe that the parents should give their child, I guess, a voice to speak. So I know at times that may sound unreasonable, but yes, it may sound unreasonable. I'm talking to you, Mom. But yeah, so sometimes I know the parent is is at the top at the hierarchy and always gives the order and doesn't let the kid also provide his side of the story, or just letting them be there, just letting them provide that their opinion. So I could give an example, like a short example would be, let's say the kid would want to just wants to go out or sleep over at a friend's house, but the parent would completely say no to that without hearing the kid's side of the story, or give him an opportunity to at least explain himself or herself as to why they would like to do this. They'd cut them off immediately and say, no, you're gonna stay home today, and that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, I guess so. My main point would be giving the child a chance to provide their opinion, just giving them a voice is what I'd have to say.
So basically, if I understand you well, you are just saying you want to be heard.
Yes, exactly.
You just don't want to say it's my way or no way.
Yes, exactly.
Correct?
I guess to provide more emphasis on that, I'd have to say, how would I say this? Yeah, just communication is key, as always in any type of relationship, be it either romantic or a family type of relationship. I have to say, just speaking with our words, yes, back and forth. Just having back and forth communication, not just having one person communication and that's the end of that. That's my point of view.
Thank you so much for sharing. I'll come back to that point of romantic communication. It's exciting me a lot. So I'm going to ask Emanuela, what do you have to say on what Prince just said? Do you have something to add or to take out to support? What do you think about what he just said?
I agree about the key of communication in any relationship, because you have to express yourself to understand each other, and without that you're kind of like bottling up all your feelings inside, and it's kind of hard to, like, doing that in childhood. It's kind of hard to grow up and out of that shell and actually express yourself around people. So I really agree on the key of communication, letting your child speak their mind, so like later on they can actually
So you are saying if your parents do not allow you to speak up, your opinion to be considered at the young age, it may make you shut up for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Have you experienced? He said his side. What have you experienced so far whereby you felt like I'm shut down here? Just an example, if you feel comfortable.
I always felt like shy when I was like around people, because like around being with my parents, they always told me like what to do and stuff like that, and it was kind of hard to express myself. And then I actually went to theater, and it actually helped me express myself around other people, and yeah.
So you kind of felt like you have to speak exactly what you want to say, or to shut it. So it makes you be kind of mute because you feel like you
don't have any voice or
any voice. And then what do you want the parents? What do you wish the parents to do?
I wish for the parents to always like listen to what their child say, even if it's like negative or positive. Just listen to what they have to say, and then communicate.
Communicate.
Yes.
And show support. Okay. Taylor, I want you to say something about what everybody have said. If you agree with anything or what you want to add.
I definitely agree with what Emmanuel said about letting your kids speak, because sometimes the adults can be wrong. Most of the time, sometimes the kids can be right. And yeah.
So, what do you wish? What is the personal experience? Just a little point that you want to bring, like something that you wish maybe your parents could have understood you better, or what you wish your parents could have, pay attention.
Like, my parents don't understand me that well. Like, I definitely had times where I disagreed with them after they said something like go to bed at this certain time or do the dishes and stuff. Most of the time I would disagree with them sometimes, but I know it's definitely good for me for my future, because like when my parents say no, I know like I want to do this thing, but they want to protect me very well or want the best for me in my future. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us know what you think and how you feel, and as a parent who are following us, you can see that communication is so important, and they want you to pay attention to what they are saying. And yeah, another thing that I want to ask, like sometimes yes, communication is not there. If they are saying no, as you say, they are saying you can't go to sleep over, do they give an explanation, or did they just say no? Like it's the same battle even at my house. Taylor, she knows not too long ago, oh mommy, my friend have a birthday, I'm going to sleep over. The reason why we don't really, there's a lot of things that are happening out there. Yes, those friends, they are kids like you, they are innocent, but we don't know their parents. We don't know their parents, and you can only know your own parents. But I cannot trust, I don't trust my kids. It's not like we don't trust you to be good or to behave well, because we know what we have given to you. We know the teaching we have given to you, but we don't trust those kids because we don't know them. We don't know their parents. You want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something on that. Well, in that case, I think that you give the effort to try and get to know the kid's parents or something like that. So if you do that, the kid is gonna see, oh, my parent is making an effort to try to get to know them. And if ever you feel as if your views just don't coincide with the parents' views or something like that, the kid could always come sleep over at your house. Is what I'd say.
Yes, I 100% agree with you, friends. Like I always say, I don't have any problem having my friends' kids coming to sleep over, because there I have a control. Okay, I have a control. But if the other kids want to come and my daughter to go and sleep to your house, let's see that other kid's parent calling me and they say, you know what, can I have your daughter coming to sleep over? Then there's an accountability between parents.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the other things you can do. If you are a kid and you feel like you want to sleep over, and it has to be a special occasion, not you wake up in the morning, I'm going to sleep on so. Can be maybe it's a special birthday whereby your friends organizing something. I would love to see that parent calling the other parent. So between parent to parent, we get to talk, to ask the plan, and that's get to know each other. Then I get to go and drop off my daughter, and they say where I'm dropping off, and they say what time. Then they are being accountable. Have you heard those kids that they went to their friends and they are shot dead? You don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They go to play. They're innocent. They show that. So when your parents say no, it's not like they mean no. They just want to protect you. But sometimes overprotecting you also can put you in a kind of prison. You know, let's say all parents not to be too overprotective to our children. Let's give us an opportunity for them to be able to breathe. And we ask parents, if you are there, send us and your input, because we are here to build up our children and also to hear from them. So they say, and I did want to comment from Mama Francoise. It says children need to know that parents do what they do just to protect the children. Yeah. So a parent say, we do our best. Our intention is not really to tight you up, it's just to protect you, and also we just want to make sure you are safe. It is also so important. So what is also the other things that you know? Not now, it's not from your parents, maybe from other parents. Something you may have heard from your classmates, kids being unhappy about their parents on a situation. Have you heard any child complaining about their parents? Because there may be another child following there, and there may be another parent that may be treating the same way that particular kids, because you are there you're not representing only yourself, but you're representing other kids out there. And all of you, I want you to think about the situation whereby you know maybe your classmates, your friends that have complained about how their parents are treating them. You're not here to say any name of any kids, of any parents.
I start.
Anybody? Can you start?
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a classmate that complained like the parent was like too overprotective, like didn't let them go see any friends or go to any boys' house, and then after that I kind of saw her hanging out with like a bad crowd. She was vaping, actually. Yeah, she kind of went to that crowd. So
so vaping is smoking, right?
Yeah, smoking.
Okay. So I didn't know we're gonna do those young people. Okay.
So I think when parents take action, their intentions are good, but like the aftermath might be like different on the children, like the effect that happens.
So that friend of yours, the parent was not allowing them to have friends over or to have a boy who can be friends. You know what I mean? They were like, no boys in my territory. You know, I don't want you to talk to any boys. So at the end of the day, that friend go to talk to wrong boys somewhere in the corner, making sure the parent will not know because the parent do not want. Okay, parents who are following us, you know, this is something that we should take really very seriously. As she said, some of the kids, they'll be like, oh, I have a friend, you know, maybe this boy is my friend, maybe I would say c'est mon ami, mais is a friend, but the parent they say, over my dead body, no boys will ever gonna come at my house. So that girl, under the fear, I wouldn't say it's under the respect. There's a difference between respecting your parent and fearing your parent. Yeah. I don't want my kids to have a fear of me. I want my kids to respect me. Yeah. So under the fear of the parent, the kids, they will make a way to still go hang out with the people that you will never know. You know. So you can see that these kids is lost because parents are trying to protect their kids, but in a way that they are actually leading the kids astray. You know. So what do you think the parents would have done?
Well, they could have listened to their children, you know, try to have like any compromise or
compromise in a way. You mean allow, like if your daughter say this boy is my friend, allow that.
But like she needs to like supervise, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So you need to have that at least a supervising visit, or maybe make a plan. You know, Because I remember when we grow and we get the privilege to have a friend, they'll be like, oh yeah, your friend is welcome to come and visit, no problem. But no friend is gonna pass the living room going upstairs.
Yeah, I know.
You get what I mean? Your friends, can come. Your daughter can have a boy who is a friend.
Yeah.
Let that boy come over if that boy is willing to come over. Because other boys, even though you tell them come and visit me over, they will not come because they know they are bad boys and they don't want the parent of the girl to see them.
Yeah.
So if a boy is willing to come and visit your daughter at home, let us learn to be flexible and allow that supervision visit. Allow that the kid, they can come and play video game there. Because if you don't allow that, the kids, they will do something behind your back. And that's one thing I really don't want my children to do anything behind my back. You want to add something?
Yeah, it's the behind the back thing that I want to add. So, yeah, you're right about that. It's when you, as Emmanuel said, so as if it's like it's making an effort to make those, try to think of a compromise between the child and the parent, and if they don't, and if the parent just does not want to think about the compromise and just decides this is my decision and all, I am the one in charge here, you live in my house, blah 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 blah, and he doesn't give the kid to speak, the child might choose another alternative of either sneaking out of the house, which could either end horribly. She can sneak out of the house at night, and that was all because the parent didn't think about that compromise. I just wanted to add that in.
Okay. Taylor, you have something to say about what I just said, about how sometimes parents can make you do what you're not supposed to do because you are fearing their rules or other thing?
Yeah, I have something to add about what my friend's parents act like. So my friend's older sister wanted to bring a boy to her house to hang out. And
how old is your friend?
My friend she's like around my age.
Like 11, around
Yeah.
11.
And her older sister was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And she wanted to bring a boy to her house, but her parents, well, her dad specifically said no. And I definitely understand why, because I can tell that her dad's a protective dad because he wants the best for his daughter. Like,
Yeah.
what if this daughter's bringing like a bad person
Yes.
inside of their house? So I can tell that he was very protective during that situation.
Yeah, so I think, what do you think? Did that did something wrong? Was that wrong thing to do?
No. If I were him, I'd probably be a bit less overprotective because her dad was like too far until like the person cannot go inside their house. Like he was like watching over them while they was in the room or something. And I don't know the entire story, but her dad was very protective, and I can't blame him because I want to make sure if my kid brings a boy or girl to her or his house, I would want him, like if they have a future together or something, I want my daughter to have like a good future with a good man.
He's a good man. Yeah, right, that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why you need, like, with a boy. And also, I don't know if you guys were able to follow our show. Okay, I say something, you can correct me. I say usually boys and the girls, they don't grow at the same level, at the same speed, you know.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that, like 15 years old girl and a 15 years boy, they don't fit in the same way. A 15 years old girl can get married, start a family and have kids, and they look after that family. That's how mature girls grow faster. At the age of 15, they have got everything that a woman can have. But when a boy is 15, okay, can a boy 15 get married? They start a family?
It's possible.
And be responsible and be a provider?
I want.
No, realistically, a 15 years old, can that 15 years old be able to start a family and provide for that family at the age of 15?
I'd say it is possible. From my response,
Explain to me. Don't just say it's possible. In which way? 15 years old boy.
yeah. I'm not quite understanding the question right. So you're okay. I'm just trying to put it in my mind here.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying the girls are just more generally more, I would say, more responsible
No,
than
they grow mature earlier than boys.
they get more mature than boys. I
Yeah,
see.
and that's how they are made.
I see.
Are you agree with me?
Okay, yeah, I can agree with you. Yeah.
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 So definitely as a parent, I would never want my 15 years old girl hanging out with a 15 years old boy.
I see.
Do you understand?
I
Because that 15 years old boy have no language even to speak to my daughter. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I think every parent will not. And I'm just going to read one of the comments. One says, and I want you to listen and agree with what one parent just said here. Parents have a work to do in their children's life before their conception until the end.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Do you catch something? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Until the end.
They're their guide. In a
Yeah,
sense.
guide. Yeah. Okay. So another on, children feel free to let you parents know about your friends when you start hiding. That is when parents suspect that your friends doesn't have a good behavior. You know, we want you, when you have a friend, do not have a friend in the corner. Feel free to have a friend. Can be a girl. Okay, you are 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
And then you are a handsome young boy. Have any girl, you know,
Yeah.
have you have any crush on a girl, fall in love with a girl, whatever? Have you ever say, "Mommy, this is the girl that
No, I've never said that to my mom.
to your mom"?
No.
But have you there in the corner? Have you tell a girl that you love them? Just be honest. We know you are growing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
You have, right? Yeah. Okay. So one thing you need to be able to understand as young boys, I'm speaking to you now. Whenever you are going to date the girl, even though you're doing it in the corner, not showing your parents, be responsible. I tell my son who is 23 years old, I do not want to hear my son pregnant a girl. I do not want to hear those kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go date a girl, think about, would you love somebody to mess up with your sister? Would you?
No.
Ever?
No.
I bet you will shoot that person. You get what I mean? It's the
I see
same
what you
thing.
mean, I see what you mean.
Nobody will ever want anybody else to fool around. So if you happen to open your mouth to tell a girl, to express your heart to a girl, make sure it's somebody that you see. Should anything happen, I will take a full responsibility. Not so bad. Oh, I wasn't ready. You wasn't the one I like. Those nonsense, please, Prince. I'm speaking to you live right now.
Yeah.
If you tell a girl you love, put in your mind, should anything happen, I'll take a full responsibility. Don't say, oh yeah, she's not beautiful enough. She's not beautiful enough again. How did you talk to that girl? Okay. And also, that's why we said sometimes your parent may say, I don't want that boy, especially for us girls. I say, but if you go and they tell you that you are in grade 6, or no, you are in 15 years old now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have a friend who is in grade 12. He's gonna go to university, you know. Your dad will never have any problem that particular friend coming to visit you. Because that person, because for the fact that is older than you, is a little bit mature, can catch up a little bit with you. Do you understand? I can see your face. Tell me, what do you have to tell me? That's just an example I'm saying. But if I see a 15 years old coming to say to your house, oh man, I'll kick him out very fast. What do you have to say?
Well, when they're older, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're more mature. Like when they're like, if they say he's 18 and you hang out with like a 15-year-old, he could be like the bad influence. Like
Everything depends, Emanuela. Somebody can be your homework partner, assignment partner. I'm talking when a love is involved, when a feeling are involved. That's when you have to be careful. You cannot be a 15 years old and get engaged in a relationship whereby your feeling and your emotion are involved with a 15 years boy. You get what I mean? Yeah. So at that time, really, you are wasting your time. But that boy is learning from you. You are wasting your time. The boy is learning. It's only when a boy is a little bit 18, 20, like to the age of him, is mature. Is attaining maturity. It kicks in. But a 20 years old girl, oh, it's more, all the way more than mature. That's how it is. It's just crazy. It's just the nature. You know, it's not like they are smart or anything, and that's how things go. You know. So, I got you. Bring my daughter-in-law home. I will pray for her. That's the mother.
Yeah.
She then want you to bring that girl home. She'll pray for her. She'll support you. She won't fight you. You know. She doesn't want to just anything that's happening somewhere around the corner. Yeah? So, yeah, so that's why that 15 years old, as Taylor was saying, your parents, the parents are being protective, you know. So, and other things, we're going to be going for break very soon. I think they're going to be talking to us very soon. So, in this area, let's just continue with this area of dating, okay? Because you're 15, it's 11. The kids in this country, they start to think about dating at a young age. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever feel like you see somebody at school whereby, what is your plan when it comes to dating? Because you didn't have to plan. Because it's part of the journey, right? It's a part of the journey. You are growing older. You're going to be in love. But you're going to have a plan to be safe. Not to allow the boys to fool around you, to waste your time, to play with you. And at the end, when they are matured enough, they define the love of their heart. What is your plan?
Well, I agree with you when you said to like start dating around when you're like 18 years old and when you're done high school, on your way to university. That's when they're more mature, when they're more reliable in your studies, and then you can go on for the relationship. I mean, yeah.
So if I understand well, what is your plan when it comes to dating? I know boys, they will come and they tell you how much they love you. They'll tell you how cute you are. They'll tell you how they cannot sleep without you. They'll tell you how when they see you, their heart melts.
Well, my focus will be on studies. They can keep saying that, but
and you'll be like, oh, thank you.
yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
That's nice. What do you think? When the girls, I know, be honest.
Yeah.
Girls, they will easily come and they tell you, man, can I take you for coffee? You know, that's how I understand here. That's the language. When somebody asks you, I'm gonna take you for coffee, you go to that coffee at your own risk. You know, don't just think it's just a coffee. It's an invitation for something. So, have anybody invited you for coffee, and have anybody made a move for you? And how did you resist? Because girls sometimes they're hard to resist.
No. So nobody has invited me for coffee, but in terms of how was it the thing about just dating as a young person and everything. I think mostly our generation, well, a previous generation, like mostly thinks long term.
Mhm.
That's what they used to think. If it was, oh, I see you right now, I'm marrying you right now. It wasn't. That was it. That was the whole thing there. Now I guess our generation is more like they don't see that far ahead. They're just living in the now or something. Oh, we start hanging out. We see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then okay, we go our separate ways. That's how I view. That's how I feel as if we view dating just as youngsters in our generations at the moment.
Yeah, but one thing I want to tell you, most of the girls, they know what they want.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes the girls, they'll come and they tell you whatever they are telling you. You just agree blindly. When something happens, you'll be like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Do you understand? You need to be proactive to know, okay, this girl, what does she have? You need to have the qualification that you want to see in the girl. Do you want to see a girl who is career oriented? Do you want to see a girl who can just cook food for you, who just going to be a stay-at-home mother and just, give birth and you supply them? You're going to have the qualities of what you want to see in a woman, before you can get involved into dating. That's what I always tell my son. My son is 23 so far. He hasn't showed me any girlfriend. And I say, son, you are 23 years old. Right now, the time you're going to open your heart to a girl, make sure that girl have got whatever you feel like, this woman is kind, is a God-fearing girl, you grow up in this family. Check the background of the girl that you think about, getting involved with, because the background is so important. If that child grow up in the family services, as an example, it's not like something is bad, right? You take your time, see what's the background, what's their belief, what's their faith, then you get involved into. But that just don't go, oh yeah, she loves me. Then tomorrow you say, man, this was a hell here on earth. That's the things. Tehila, do you have something to say over all what these have said? Anything you want to add? I know you are just 11, but of course you are growing. You need to know what you want in life, and you need to think what does men want in a woman, so you can be able to build up on that.
When it comes to dating, I would take things slow. Like, if I know a guy or I want to become friends with him so I can get to know him and see how he is, what he likes, and I would still be slow with him. And then I want to be friends with him for a little bit until I'm able to come out to him if I like him. And I would be able to come out to him. If he likes me back, then that's a win-win, I guess.
So how old do you think you think about? Because everything has to be prepared. You need to be able to enjoy childhood and then think about moving into adulthood. When do you think you'll be able to welcome dating? Because everything is a feeling that you put in you. How old do you think is reasonable to start dating?
I would say around I definitely agree with Emmanuel, around the end of high school where you go to university. So then you're more mature and you're both mature and you wouldn't do any dumb or silly stuff you would do if you were not around high school year. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. We're going to be going for a quick break, but the only thing that I would speak to you and to any kids, it is so important that you build confidence into yourself. Because some other girls, when a boy says, hey, you look nice, they begin to melt right away. They'll be like, oh, this boy like me. You're going to have to say oh yeah, I know I look nice. You are beautiful. Oh, I know. My mom told me how handsome I am. My dad told me how beautiful I am. I know I'm beautiful. Don't just be those girls who are insecure. Never be insecure in front of a boy. Never be insecure, because that's where the problem started. when a boy talks to you, and have you seen those things at school when a boy talks to another girl? And these girls will be melting there, like, oh yeah, you know, he's talking to the other part, because they're boys. They're just in high school. They're just playing. Like, you take anything serious? None of those boys you see in high school, I'm telling you the truth, they'll tell you how beautiful you are. Nobody's serious, because they are just not at that maturity level. What makes them happy to feel that they talk to a girl, you know? And that's all. So we're gonna take a quick break of 5 minutes. 1 minute, and they will be right back, and we're gonna be talking about racism. All right, see you shortly. We're just gonna take a quick break, and I hope you're gonna hang in there for us. And yep.
Fais de moi un vase pour ta gloire, et que ma vie te plaise à jamais. Que chaque jour je demeure à tes pieds, pour t'offrir ma vie en sacrifice, comme un parfum de bonne odeur qui s'offre à chaque instant, chaque heure. Tant que tu donnes le chant, je te donne mes louanges, je promets à chaque instant de te chanter avec les anges. Tant qu'il y aura la vie dans ce corps mortel, je ne cesserai pas de t'adorer. Tant que tu donnes un chant, donne mes louanges, non, non, non. Mais à chaque instant de te chanter avec, de te chanter. Tant qu'il y aura la vie, tant qu'il y aura la vie, je ne cesserai pas de t'adorer. Je dis t'appartient.
All right, thank you so much for hanging in with us. Thank you for following us. I salute you, the Princess Mama Ange, Mama Francoise, Pastor Clémaus following us and still watching us, and we need to continue to send us your input, and everyone else that I cannot see at my end. So we just thank you for connecting with us. And so we are here to just be able to hear from our children. And yeah, so I can speak a little bit on behalf of these young people, because as a parent, because I remember My girls, when they grow up, they tell me that one thing they don't like about me is that I do not compromise. It's like it's my way or no way. Parents, we need to be able to understand that this is we are raising a new generations, and we are different generation. You know, like when we grow up, we're being educated by our parents and our neighbors, but now here, not only our parents, we have the social media and all those things are educating our children. So we need to be able to be patient with them, to be supportive with them, to basically show them the right way. Even though they may go in the wrong way, they will always going to come back. Sometimes allow the kids to make a mistake. It is so important, because sometimes, you know, we have all this belief, oh, a daughter should always stay home until they get married, right? But we're going to have to understand this is the context of where we came from, because I was under my parents' care, from lotion to underwear to everything, until I left my home to my husband's home, because there was no opportunity for us to self-support. The only choice you had is to be in your parents' house. And if you leave your parents' house, what means you are going to be able to be a slut out there selling your body to get money. But the difference here, I want to ask you a question. Do you have a job?
Yes. Well, not right now.
No. Yeah, but you
But I used to. Yeah.
you have it, right?
Yeah.
Are you able to buy yourself lotion?
Yes.
Are you able to buy yourself earphones, whatever you want?
Yes.
Are you able to buy yourself basic things?
Yes.
Imagine this young girl at the age of 15. She's able to provide herself with all the basic needs. Me, I was never able. I better wash those dishes. I better behave to my mom. Otherwise, I would not be able to provide for myself. Now, definitely as a parent, our strategies in the way we educate our children have to change. Back home, if they say you're not going to eat fufu, that was enough to discipline you, to cause you to change. But here, are you going to tell your son, your daughter is not going to eat fufu at your house? What happened to McDonald's? They have job. They'll go to McDonald's and they eat. At the end, they'll be like, okay, you keep your fufu, I will have my own life. So those are the little things that we really need to learn as a parent, to change a strategy in the way we communicate with our children, in the way we discipline our children. You know, I'm pretty much sure here, Mama Francoise, you're not going to tell Prince you're not going to eat fufu as a way of making sure Prince come home on time. Definitely. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
but communicating with Prince and telling him, teaching him consequences of coming home late, that's what is more important. Having that collaborative relationship and understanding relationship, other than the dictatorship relationship that we grow up having, just because we did not have no any other ways, and the parents have had us in their hand. Just the fufu was enough to keep us behaved. But here, what strategy are we going to have to be able to raise up our children in the right way? So now we're going to speak about racism. Okay, yeah. The reason why you are growing out there is racism. We all hear our children, some of our children taking their life away just because one boy tells you that you're not beautiful enough, using a bully just to pull you down. Then you're gonna find a child coming home really half dead, not talking to anybody because what happened at school. I'm gonna start by the girls, because most girls are very sensitive. What do you know about racism? What is your plan to be able to resist it, so that you can be able to build resilience around any circumstances that may cause you to feel down?
I would say be confident in yourself. Don't let others tell you how to feel, tell you how to do. You need to know who you are, so that they can't change your mind that easily. You need to be sure about what to do. And yeah.
If somebody comes to tell you, Emanuela, I don't like you, you are ugly, That's an example. A boy come to tell you that, what would be your attitude? Because those things can happen, may not have happened, it can happen. How would you handle that?
Well, on the other hand, I have one boy saying I'm not pretty enough, but I have a bunch of people saying I'm pretty enough. Who am I gonna choose? So I don't think that's gonna affect me because it's just one boy. He doesn't even know me, so.
Yeah. Basically, you believe who you know you are. You believe what your parents tells you are. That particular miserable boy who might be blind, not to be able to see good stuff, you don't buy what they say. That's a good attitude. Any girl that is following us, if anybody tells you you're ugly, unless you believe that, you're gonna have, there's no most beautiful person on this earth more than you, and you don't need any approval from anybody. That should be any attitude. And when somebody tells you otherwise, do not buy what the negative stuff that the person said about you, and they believe in it. Because once you believe in it, it's gonna start to break your heart. So it is so important to be able to acknowledge face to face that racism is there. And when somebody who's being judgmental about you, you're gonna have to ring the bell. Don't allow that things to come and they break you. You're gonna have to ring the bell, and they say, oh yeah, this person is being racist, it is against me, and this is not gonna take place. You have to be able to reject that. So what do you think, Tifina? If it can be anybody, can be at work, can be at school, can be your teacher, can be any unpleasant situation that signal racism against you, how would you handle it?
First of all, if a boy or a girl said something that would offend me, I wouldn't cry or anything because I have my mom here to tell me, oh, it's okay, I'm beautiful. And that builds my confidence. But if somebody said something that would actually hurt my feelings, I wouldn't let it get the best of me, because I know who I am. I know that they're wrong, but I don't know why my tears are coming out, because I know who I am. I think myself that I'm beautiful and I am a nice person, and I shouldn't care about what anybody else or any other people that are out there. You shouldn't let anybody else tell you who you are, because if somebody says that you're a bad and ugly person, you shouldn't believe what they say, because it's on you only. Because the only person who can become who they are in the future, or the person who can control what they are, is you. So, yeah.
Any comment about racism? How have you, I know you have faced it somewhere, somehow. How did you overcome it and to keep yourself walking nice and tall?
Yeah, I see what you mean. For me, it's in terms of if I've experienced racism, I haven't actually experienced it at all. Probably microaggressions, just a little insults there, but a way that I would deal with it would be as they said is now just looking out for your support system, just your loved ones, talking with them, just going to them, speaking it through, and that would be the other way I'd handle it. And it's easier said than done when people say, oh, I don't care about what they think or something like that. But as a kid, you cared a lot what other people thought.
Yes.
It's any single word that you'd think about it for the whole day or something like that. But in that regards, I suggest speaking, as I said previously, is just speaking with a loved one and not dealing with it with yourself, because that's when things start escalating. You start talking to yourself, well, why did this person think I'm like this? Am I really like this? You start bringing yourself down.
Down.
That's why you could avoid that whole situation if you talked with a loved one. That could have been avoided.
So basically, when you feel like you are facing unpleasant remark other people. So it's the good idea is right away, don't internalize it.
Exactly.
You need to open up when they speak to somebody and they tell people how you feel about. And then also other things. I hear some people say they have not yet experienced any racism. The reason why is the way they handle it. It's the way you build your own self-esteem. It's the way you walk nice and tall. It's the way you signal. Because if you look vulnerable, you know, you wanna look vulnerable. No, even your friends hate you at school. I want to tell these girls, you face them in their face. Speak to them right away in their face. Because if you look like vulnerable, everybody will come and they push you left and they push you right, you know, right away. And also to the parents, you know, if I hear anything, I told this girl, anything I hear, I go to school and say like, I want to face that child, I want to face the parent of those people. Never, under any condition, this is not going to happen. You know, parents, the kids need to know that you have got their back. But how can we hold you back if you don't tell us? You know what I mean? Any feeling you have, anything that hurts you, you need to be able to voice it out. You know? And then there's other things I just want to also remember. You as a young man, what do you expect in a girl? For us, when we grow up, all going to school, getting educated, or does not matter at all. What matters is how beautiful I am and how good I can take care of my husband. That was enough. Is it what you're looking for in a woman? What do you think are the check mark that you'll be looking for in a girl?
The check marks that I'd be looking for in a girl. Asking the hard questions here.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say, I guess, just knowing that my other partner, you know, loves me and will be able to go through any situation, either it be through my ups or down, and you know, wouldn't just abandon me if something bad happens. You know, as they say, you know, when you're making your vows in marriages, you know, through sickness and in death and something like that. I guess, yeah, that's what I'm looking for in a girl. A girl that, you know, stays until the end and not just stops between at a stop and then goes or something like that.
That is your wish.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
but you have those are those we call them a package you find. But what's the first things do you want to see?
First thing, I'd have to say somebody that's confident and knows what she wants. I guess.
Okay.
You know, and also independent. I'd have to say.
Okay, independent and self-sufficient.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, you want somebody who's gonna bring a 1+ to this relationship. Because when we got this, it not matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we want this girl, they want to hear what they need to do to prepare themselves for the future. Because when I grow up, it does not matter. What matters is how good can I make a fufu and how good can I cook. That was enough for me to get a good husband and get married and be happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you, what do you want to see in a man as you grow? You're gonna be dating, because when you want to date with any agenda, date with any objective. Don't just go blindly. This boy doesn't like me. Oh, who is he? You're gonna have to have an agenda. Say like, what am I looking for in this boy? What do you think will be the check mark before you can say, okay, let's be accepted with this boy? Because when you date, expect that this relationship can start. Maybe it's in high school, maybe it's in university, right? This relationship can grow until when you all finish school. Have you seen people that have been in a relationship for 6 years while they're educating themselves? What do you want to see in a man? Because if you don't have no plan, then any wind that blow your way, you will catch it. But once you have a plan, those girls will be like, no thanks, no thanks. But if you don't have nothing in your mind, you go for any wind that blow by. What do you want to see?
I think I want like a man that's intelligent, mature, that is confident, I guess. like knows what he wants in the future, and that's healthy. Healthy. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. It's so important when somebody knows what he wants in the future. Then you can see that it has a goal to reach, and you have a goal to reach. Then once you are building your relationship together, you are working on getting there. He's working on getting there. Then patiently together, you get somewhere without being even. You'll be even both supportive to each other. Even you have exam, you have test. This one will be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna call Emanuela this week. He's focusing on this one because all of you have a goal to reach. Until when you get there, you get married. I like the relationship of my brother and his girlfriend. They all meet in school taking healthcare ed course. But I am telling you, these people, they were good partners. One was supporting another one was supporting another one until they all reached to where they want to reach. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's why you need to look at, if you have a relationship with somebody who doesn't have a plan in the future, of course it's going to pull you down. You're going to say you have an assignment due. This particular person is going to tell you, go here. He's going to tell you, go there. And that is not going to work. So that is so important that you are able to watch and to know what you want and what you need. So we come to an end of our show today, and I just want all of you to say one last word of what you want the parent to know. Just one word.
Communication is what I wanted to say. Just listen and try to compromise if possible.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say too. Communication. And the children try to speak up, express yourself, even if you think you're wrong. It's always good to express how you feel around the others.
I'd say listen to what your kids have to say, so then you don't make the wrong decisions. Because sometimes you can just do whatever you want and you can just do whatever your kid says, and it could be the right idea. So I'd say listen.
Okay. Thank you so much for all of you who have time to follow us and the end of our show today. Please, parents, let us all learn to communicate with our children. Let us all learn to listen to them. Let us all learn to pay attention to what they say. Let us all learn also to compromise, because so that we don't have this culture that is our way or no way. They would appreciate us listening to them, explaining to them, no other than just taking the authority that's what we say is what is said. So thank you so much for taking time to follow us. So until we see each other again next week on Tuesday, we are always on search of a topic that will bring us to be able to build each other as a community. So I want to say goodbye to everyone, and thank you all of you, and thanks to the parents who allowed these wonderful children to be here and to share their opinion with other youth. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
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 Fais de moi un vase pour ta gloire, et que ma vie te plaise à jamais, que chaque jour je demeure à tes pieds, pour t'offrir ma vie en sacrifice, comme un parfum de bonne odeur, qui s'offre à chaque instant, chaque heure. Tant que tu donnes le chant, je te donne mes louanges, je promets à chaque instant de te chanter avec les anges. Tant qu'il y aura la vie dans ce corps mortel. Je ne cesserai pas de t'adorer. Donc que tu donnes un chant, toutes mes louanges, non, non, non,
Mais à chaque instant,
de te chanter avec,
de te chanter avec
de te chanter,
tant qu'il y aura la vie,
tant qu'il y aura la vie.
je ne cesserai pas de
You are watching the True Word Television, spreading the true word of salvation.